Okay, in Satipatthana, that's why there is a Sampajanya Pabba. So anyone knows the Sampajanya Pabba?
I know.
Okay,
No.
can you tell us about
เนี่ย
that?
บัพพะ
In Tipitaka, in Samajña Papha, it says that you aware whenever, even when you are turning, when you are stretched, when you are reaching, when you are folding your legs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to
Cross,
cool.
cross.
Oh,
หู
when you are crossing your legs.
Yeah.
When you are crossing your legs.
หูภาษาอังกฤษว่าอะไรอะเจ้าคะท่านสุชน
So move.
ฮะ หูอะหูเหยียดใช่ป่ะ flexion and
แม่
extension ได้ไหม
Tan Tita Dhamma has got something to say.
So one question, when in Sampajanya, when you mean you know the movement of your let's say folding your leg, does it mean being aware of the entire movement for or each stage of the movement?
Only as each step that we are moving. That's just if we have the movement, we just know that if my right hand is like this, I know my right hand, but I will not concentrate or focus on my left hand like this, because if we don't move anything or we don't have the movement, and we know it that is the kind of samachanya also, but we call iriya bot, iriya patha, something like that.
So
But
do you,
if we have the movement, we call samachanya papha. And even when you are going to the toilet, and how could I say it politely?
defecation?
Waste
Defecation.
waste material.
Uchara,
Not sure.
defecation.
Defecation, yes,
Ah.
and passawa.
Urination.
Oh
อ๋อ
yeah,
urination
urination.
ใช้
Yeah.
ปิ๊บ
Even you are doing
ได้ไหม
those
เจ้า
kind
คะ
of thing. Pardon?
ปิ๊บปิ๊บปูปูได้ไหม
I don't think so. So even we are doing those kind of things, we our movement or the thing that is moving out from our body. Yes, we can know the movement. That is in Samachanya Papa that I have known and I have faced in my experience.
Are you aware of everything in that movement? Let's say when you are moving the leg, are you aware of the heat or cold or pressure or touch
Yes,
along with the movement at every stage?
yes. But the most of the time I feel the touch. I feel the touch when I am moving. If it's touching something as such as the ground or the floor, I know that touching. I know that touch. And if the floor is cold, and I know the feeling that is cold. Something that just one feeling at the moment, and when we are moving.
Okay. So that is a sampajanya, right? So
In my understanding.
yeah. So sampajanya, that's what we can use it in our day-to-day life in modern days, whatever you do, aware of that in a gross level. Gross level, whatever you are doing, you're being mindful of that at that time when it is taking place. Okay, at that place when it is taking place. That's in a gross level. Furthermore, when you become mindful of that action, you will be able to know that this is temporarily. When you turn right, you know that you're not going to turn right for a whole day. You will turn right only for a certain time to look at something. And then you come back again. When you turn left, that's also same. Yeah. So that's whatever is called minor activities that we become aware of that. When we become aware of that, we do have mental awareness that doesn't last long. And that's why it always comes along with the mindfulness. Sometimes nowadays, some scholars translate or speak in a way saying mindfulness and awareness rather than just saying mindfulness. Mindfulness and awareness. So you're mindful of action, what is going on. In the meantime, you're aware of that. Okay, that mindfulness. And that is a sampajanya. And I call it mindfulness in action. So sampajanya is mindfulness in action. When you're mindful, you're just aware, just mindful of what's going on. You just be mindful, like you are talking, you are eating, can be mindful, but you still do not know that that is just for temporarily. Okay? But the very moment when you know that's for only temporarily, then that becomes panya, wisdom. Okay? So this is a sampajanya.
So am I right in saying there's a gradual development in sampajanya?
It gradually become clearer. The start, when we start, we have already sampajanya in certain degrees, but we haven't realized it.
Okay.
Yeah? And then gradually we see it clearly.
So you can zero in on
Yeah.
exact moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay. So anyone else wants to say something? Thanais, what did you do yesterday? Unmute yourself, please.
I think he's talking to someone else.
Yeah. Unmute and tell us.
Oh, okay ครับ yesterday I have a lot of hard work.
Hard work.
Really, yes.
Okay.
I have to prepare Katin festival.
Okay. When is the Katina festival?
Yes.
When?
Katin festival. When วันที่11
When? 11 what? 11 o'clock?
วันที่11อะครับ
4,000 baht.
11 October.
I am going to be rich now.
I don't have money. I have, but I have.
Okay. So. Okay. So.
Okay.
And Tantua, when is the Katina?
sorry เว้นกฐิน the อะไรนะ Sunday 11 October ครับ
Sunday 11 which month
October ใช่ป่ะ ใช่
which year
2020 2553
okay so remember whenever you are saying any events you have to say date month and year okay
day
โอเค
month and year
yeah date month
day
and
month
year
โอเค
and
11 October 19 20
1920
Wasn't even
2020
born.
2020
I was not
Yeah.
born yet.
Okay, so always remember whenever someone asks you about some events, tell them date, month, and a year. And if it is just for a certain time, you have to tell the time. From what time to what time? The time of start and time of ending. Okay? So suppose someone comes and asks you about, let's say, Katina. What time the Katina starts?
9 o'clock
Is it 9 o'clock? Tanais?
เท่าไหร่
ครับ
What time the Katina starts?
start อ๋อโอ้ 7 o'clock
Hmm?
7
No.
อ๋อ I
Huh?
have กำหนดการ
What time?
I have กำหนดการ
กำหนดการ called timetable or schedule.
อะไรนะครับกำหนดการคืออะไรนะครับ
get you
Timetable.
timetable อ๋อ
นะ
timetable
หรือโปรแกรมหรือ schedule.
อ๋อ โอเคครับ 9 o'clock
Okay.
9 o'clock start 9 o'clock ครับ
Okay, Tanchip, can you explain to us what happened on that day? What will happen on that day at 9 o'clock? From 9 o'clock.
Actually, I didn't have a schedule, but from my memory, I think but all we have, the people will offer the zebra the rope, the rope to the monks and another parivara parivan.
Requisites. Other requisites. Bariwan.
Can you spell that?
Okay. Requisites.
REQUISITES.
requisite
Okay. After offering the robe and other requisite,
Pirikara.
Piri.
then we have the monks. Now it's time to ceremony for the monks that we have to upalo to do
Recitation.
something. Pardon?
Recitation.
Recitation or to recitation or is that chanting?
Yeah, ritual.
Chanting.
Ritual.
Okay. we will recite some mantra that means we have chosen the one monk for taking this rope.
Mm.
And there is some kind of ceremony that same as the meeting,
Mm.
and we have to vote.
Mm.
We have to vote that oh, this rope should be belonged to someone, and we have to choose that one. And suppose that oh, I have considered that this monk, Pra Mahavishayan, is the wise monk and can do the ceremony properly. So I think we should choose him to take this rope. Anyone wants
Anyone has
anyone
dispute or doubt?
yeah. Anyone has the dispute or doubt with this one, and if someone raise his hand, so that one cannot take that rope. But if no one raise the hand or against the opinion, so the monk can take that rope and continue the ceremony. Yes, and after taking that rope, he has to take it for 4 months.
Mhm.
About 4 months. Yeah,
Okay.
something like this.
Monit, do you have something to say?
I want to hear all of them said because yesterday I talked too much. Oh,
Practice
today I
listening.
just want to hear.
Okay. Do you want to say something? Tita Dhammo will say something about Katina.
I've got nothing to say because we didn't have one.
Oh, last year, Tantua was there. Tantua may know about that.
Tantoa, tell us about Katina.
no nothing เลยครับ กระถินหนอกระถิน is important for the monk who จำพรรษา
Rains retreat.
rain retreat นะครับ
Mm.
rain retreat ครับ
อะไรนะหลวงพี่เลรีพีท
4,000.
if the monk
เอาสักอันหนึ่งนั่นสิก็
if the monk who finish the rain who ไม่ใช่ who receive the กฐินแล้ว they will ได้กฐิน they will get the อานิสงส์กฐิน 4 อย่างใช่ไหมครับ ถ้าผมเข้าใจ
Five.
5 first is ไปเที่ยวโดยไม่ต้องบอกกล่าวได้
Traveling
without permission
Mm.
ใช่ไหมครับ two is second is ไตรจีวรใช้คำอะไร
Tichivara.
ที่จิวระออรบ
จีวระอะไรจีวระนะครับ
ตีจีวระ
ตรีจีวระ
ติ
ไม่ต้องครบ3 ผืนก็ได้ ใช่ไหมครับ
Okay, go on.
100 pounds.
Google เลยดีกว่า
Okay, so
อ่า
go on, speak.
อันนี้สงส์กฐิน อันที่ 3อะไรนะ
อะไรอ่ะพี่
แล้วก็ที่ได้ต่อไปอีก4 เดือนอีก 3 เดือนคืออะไรนะครับ
ไอ้นี้เปล่าผ้าไตรเปล่า
อ๋อก็คือว่าไตเหรอ
ผ้าไตร
Anisansa of Katina.
ใช่
ใช่ไหมครับ
All of Anisansa of Katina that can continue for 3 months.
แล้วก็ third is the monk can eat หรอ can ฉัน together
Mhm.
the ถูกปะถูกไหมครับ the fourth is to ใช้คำว่า collect เหรอ to collectจีวระคำว่าอะไรอะตามต้องการเก็บจีวรได้ตามต้องการจำนวนใช่ไหมครับหมายถึงจำนวน
Mhm.
ได้ตามต้องการครับ and fifth อะไรอ่ะ fifth is ลาภที่เกิดขึ้นเป็นของเธอผู้จำพรรษาในวัดนั้น
เดี๋ยวก่อนอ่านอะไรบ้างอ่านอะไรอยู่วะ
คืออะไร
ลาบ
Okay, so
ครับอ๋อก็คือคนที่จะได้ข้อนี้ก็คือคนที่จำพรรษาครบถูกไหมครับ
ถูกต้อง
He has reading a book.
Okay, so that is the katina. Okay, so today we discussed on the same topic, mindfulness and sampajanya, and let you talk about different experiences on your practices. Okay, now I want to show you one slide. Okay, and this one slide is just for the preparation for tomorrow. You need to prepare for the discussion tomorrow, and this is the second topic that we are going to cover. Okay, so that is 2 virtues that protect the world. Do you remember what are they?
เก็บยัง
Hiri and Ottappa.
Yeah, so this is 2 virtues that protects the world, or also known as a loka pala dhamma. Yeah, loka means the world, pala means to protect.
ปาลาดามา
Yeah.
โลกาปาลาดามา
So loka is the world, pala is a protection, and dhamma is the principles or the virtues. Okay, and this will be our tomorrow's topic, and I want you to go and read so we can come back here to discuss about it. Okay,
โอเคครับ
so number
I have
one,
question อ๋อโอเค
okay, number 1 is Hiri, and number 2 is Ottappa. Hiri is
Hiri.
moral
Ottappa.
shame.
ฮิริ
Ottappa,
โอตปะ
yeah, okay, Ottappa is moral dread. And today I want to focus only on the first one, which is a Hiri, moral shame. Okay, and moral shame is here. Okay, that means to feel ashamed of doing any bad deeds or any bad things. Here the moral shame is known as the lokapala because of feeling from individual of committing any bad things. Feeling that ashamed can come to one person, a person who has done Although sometimes people may think that nobody sees, nobody hears at the time of when they are committing. And as a result, they can commit any evil deeds, any bad deeds. But the very moment when they have this, the Dhamma in their hearts and minds, that it is not good and it's ashamed in their hearts, then they will not be committing any bad deeds, whether it's in the open space or whether it's in the hidden space, okay, behind the curtain. I think you may have known the story of a father going to steal some crops from another neighbor's field, and he took his son with him in the night, and he told his son to wait at the on the road, on the path, telling him, instructing that if anybody comes, tell me. And with that, he jumped into the field to collect the crops. At that time, when he was collecting the crops, his son screamed and saying that, "Father, father, someone is watching." Out of a fear that someone has seen he was stealing, he jumped out from the field. Okay, and he asks his son, saying, "Where, who?" And then his son pointed at the moon, saying that the moon is watching. Okay, so with that, he realized that that's not good. So ever since, he stopped stealing. And that's sort of a feeling that comes into his mind. That is called a feeling of ashamed of doing any bad things. Okay, and the characteristics of feeling is humiliated by doing any bad actions through bodily, verbally, and mentally. So basically, this humility of anything that we do. And the purpose is basically eradication of a disgraceful, in Pali it's called ahirika, yeah, generally being generating the honesty, modesty, and humility. And in particularly humility, ahirika, humility, there are 4 different ways. Yeah, number 1, reflecting on individuals' clan, ethnic status, and family, thinking that if I do any bad things, it may affect to my clan, my ethnic, my status, and my family. When they think about these clan, ethnic status, and families, then they will stop committing it. And second is reflecting on age, profession, and education. Their age, a profession, if they are working in something somewhere, if they did something wrong, it may come and may disturb and make shame in their lives, and in education as well. Yeah, you may have to give up being a student, or you go into the prison, not able to study, not able to get what you wanted in your education career, like that. So that is another form here as well. You may have seen the stories of someone who's committing bad actions, like fightings or committing suicide, there's a killing, or even taking drugs, and as a result of that, they couldn't continue their studies. And one who can think of that also will not do any bad things. And reflecting inner qualities of a braveness, yeah? And this is again checking that how brave you are, and that braveness, you, rather than taking it into the wrong action, you are taking or acting towards the good. And reflecting on what is right and what is wrong, and why is it wrongful to act or righteousness to perform. Okay, and here, and particularly this time of the pandemic, uncertain time, we can use this Hiri quite well. Hiri quite well in a way that do not do anything that you may have to repent in the future. So that is another translation for Hiri. Okay, so Hiri, in this pandemic time, there are some measures and the instructions are given to follow, that you do not do these things, and if you do, you will get a virus. That is basically Hiri. Because the word Hiri itself saying, do not do any bad things, thinking that it may affect your family, it may affect your community. And now the government's measures saying that if you do these, going and associating without having a safe distance or not wearing a masks, then you will spread the virus. So that's the Hiri here. So do not do what is later on you may have to repent. Okay, so that's the Hiri. Now, anyone wants to say anything on that Hiri? What is
Yes,
Hiri?
Moral shame.
What is a moral shame?
Moral shame. Feel ashamed to do something bad.
Feeling ashamed for yourself. If no one is watching. Or like just
what
feeling
I
a
like,
bit like wrong. If you want to do something bad, and then it's like a negative energy, so you don't want it, so you don't do it, or you do something good.
Monit?
I think it's more in Eastern culture, because in the West people don't really have this. Westerners don't have Hiri.
อะไรเจ้าค่ะ
Hiri, what does it mean, Hiri? In your understanding.
Hiri is afraid to do the bad thing.
Why you afraid? Because somebody will punish you?
No.
Why?
Because
why you afraid to do bad thing?
Bad thing is not worth it. The bad feeling is not worth.
If I do the bad thing, I will suffer from the feeling in my mind.
That's true.
So I don't do it.
Yeah. So this is not because we do not do bad things because somebody will punish you, but we know that doing that bad thing is not good. The consequences is not good.
Yes, the result.
A feeling, as a feeling of ashamed that if I do this, that may dishonor my name, dishonor my family, dishonor my community, dishonor my country, dishonor my sangha, like that. Okay, so feeling of that, or being responsible of the not only yourself but family and whole community is Hiri. Okay, and in the Dhamma way we look at in that way, but if you look at it now in this current time, you can use it for the coronavirus. Coronavirus is a bad thing. And in order to keep away the coronavirus, we should not be doing anything that invite the coronavirus to you. Huh? So that is Hiri. Do not do things later. You may have to repent.
repent.
Hmm.
What
เสีย
is
ใจ
repent?
repent
สำนึกผิด รู้สึกผิด
okay
เสียใจ
that is Hiri.
REPAIN เหรอ
repent R E
E N T
uh-huh PENT
PENT อ๋อ repent
repent or regret
Huh?
or regret regret
regret อ๋อ
Mm.
REGRET okay
Okay, so tomorrow I want you to think about Hiri and then also Otapa a little bit. Okay, you have to work on that, and tomorrow before we start study you have to talk. I don't want to talk too much. You have to talk. This is for you. You have to share your thoughts, your understanding, what the Hiri means and what Otapa means. And not only from the books, I want you to think of the current issues in the modern time and how to use that, how to use in your daily life. And particularly you monks, if you know this to apply in the modern days, then it's much helpful for you to give advice to other people. Okay, so any questions before we end today? No.
no.
Okay, you want to say anything?
Oh, I have question.
Okay.
I have question. Where do you live now?
where do I live?
Yes.
Is that for me or for Jeep or Tantua or Monit? Which question? For who? Your question.
ท่านสุชนครับหลวงพี่สุชนครับ
I live in
สุ
Scotland.
ชน
Scotland. Temple in Scotland. Do you have กฐิน festival?
No. No,
No.
we have too much coronavirus.
Can you explain that?
No.
We cancel Katina because there is a lot of COVID in Scotland now, so we want to keep everyone safe. So we just had a small dana, Chivara dana. We can't have a big ceremony because it's too dangerous.
Do you understand?
นิดนึงครับ
Okay, can you tell us what Tantita Dhammo said?
หลวงพี่จิ๊บแล้วกัน หลวงพี่จิ๊บครับ
No, it's nice. Because of coronavirus, they cannot hold the event for Katina festival, and because it's too dangerous, and but they can have some kind of a ceremony that like to make merit. Yeah.
Jivarathan.
Or Jivarathan.
จีวรทาน
Monit, can you explain what Tantita Dhammo said, please?
I
ไม่น่ามีคำถาม
I don't understand him. I can pick some words that he said.
If you
No,
don't understand, you have to tell him to speak slow.
I want to ask him to you got infected coronavirus in previous day. Okay.
When you
Coronavirus.
came
You've
to
got
London,
you've
there
got
was a
infected.
moment of sick.
Yeah. Well, I went to visit London to help my family. And when I came back, I thought I had coronavirus because I lost my taste and smell and nice dog. And also, I had headache. I feel very tired and little sick, so I thought I had coronavirus. And but I got tested about 1 week later, and it was it was negative. I didn't have, but I think I did have because I lost my taste, and this you only get from corona. This was like
Corona.
5 months ago.
And all of your family have infected or
My mom had corona. She recovered. She was very sick for about 1 week. She was in a lot of pain, but nothing serious. Nothing in the lungs. No coughing, nothing. Just pain, headache, pain.
how old how old are she, how old is
Oh,
she?
59, I think. 59.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And I want to know how old are you? Oh,
I am 29.
29. Then Chip,
Uh, can all of you guess my age?
22.
18.
One is 18, then Titanamo 20. President John, can you guess my age?
26.
Thưa
17.
you Chris?
I know you
30.
8 อะ 20
Are you
30.
sure you know?
ฮะครับ
Are you sure
ครั
you
บผม
know?
yes and โอ้ย23 ครับ
20. 20.
23
How about tonight?
Are you okay? เจี๊ยบเหรอ
ใช่
อ๋อ I know.
How old is he?
Oh, you have not yet?
20.
20 what? 20, right?
21.
หืม
No, he cannot be 21. He already become a monk 4 years.
Yeah, at least
20.
24.
20.
I am
Big face.
22. I am 22
20
years old.
23.
And I will be 23 on on 31st of October on Halloween day.
So end of this month, his birthday, make sure you order a cake, ice. And ice, make sure you order a big cake for him end of this month.
Thank you so much, nice.
My birthday is this month.
Oh,
Number 2. And how old are you?
Tan Ice and Tan Chip has a birthday this month. Okay, you can have a big celebration.
Oh.
Okay. All right, then. This is for today. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Make sure
Ah.
you did your homework. Okay.
ครับ
Take care and thank
Sadhu,
you,
bye.
Satu.
Thank you so much.